Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who reaction. If you want the full uncut unedited reaction, you could head over to Patreon and get up to part 1 of the 10th planet. So last story was a good one. Obviously, we've lost Vicky in the we didn't lose her in the last story, but there is a missing story of which she departs. I'm not sure what it's called. I do know they have announced the animation of Galaxy 4, which is due to be released on the 15th of November, I believe it is. However, I'm not going to wait. I will do that reaction, so I probably will see Vicky again. But yeah, if you notice it is dark, yes, the power is off, but I want to continue to watch the story. This is when I had it scheduled to record, so hopefully the light doesn't, distract too much, but we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, without further ado, I'd say let's just get straight on into this episode. Is that a gecko or... Jeez. Oh yeah, that's creepy. Sort of reminds me of that Capaldi Dalek episode with the hands with the eye on it.
What, this place? I mean, you recognize it? What, with all these strange animals and flowers and things? Well, you can't have been here before.
Yes, I have. It's just outside London. I came here once with the school. It's called Whipsnade.
Just outside London? Look, wait a minute. I mean, well, it can't be.
Yes, it is. I'll bet if you go down that path there, you'll come to the American Bison and the T-Bar.
Is she, like, in denial?
We don't even know that we're on Earth.
Earth? Earth? Well, it couldn't be anywhere else now, could it? Hey, look,
Okay.
Stephen, that proves it's a chameleon.
So she doesn't... She's a bit like Stephen, doesn't believe that the TARDIS...
Look,
I mean, I'm only guessing here because I
Yeah,
haven't read anything about
do
the
you know?
in-between episodes.
School. There's nothing you can tell me about nature study, nothing.
An explosion that would have been fatal, not only to the human race, but also to our friends the monoids. As your commander,
Monoids.
galactic law gives me wide powers in such cases. The safety of our people must be preserved at all costs. In these grave circumstances, the lightest sentence I can pass is one of miniaturization. Prepare the minifier. Sentence will be carried out immediately.
Miniaturization.
The prisoner will be retained at microcell size to be reconstituted in approximately 700 years' time, when it could no longer be a danger to us. Does the prosecution accept this sentence?
So, basically, he's being
We don't.
charged for
Has the
recklessness?
defense anything further to say on the prisoner's behalf?
My learned friend wishes to thank you, sir, on behalf of the monoids, for the care you take of us all.
Look, Doctor.
An interesting shot there.
And on top of everything else, it's a jungle without a sky.
Hey, look at that then.
Indoor nature park? Is the earth, like,
No
burnt
sun,
No clouds.
or, you know, radiation
Metal
science.
roof, radiating some kind of light.
It's extraordinary. Yes, and plus something else.
What's that?
The earth, this ground we're standing on, it appears to be trembling.
Is it more elephants coming?
An earthquake building up? No, it's too regular for that, no. It's more of a mechanical vibration. Yes.
Look,
Yes, darling. In what circumstances do you get all these things together? I mean, I'd send you home even if I wanted to.
oh, that's all right then. I think I'm beginning to enjoy this space travel or whatever it is.
I must admit, her companion is very different. It's very much... It sort of reminds me a bit of Rose's enthusiasm towards travelling.
Dr. Stephen, get a look at these fab pictures.
My dear child, if you're going to be with us for any length of time, you'll have to do something about that English of yours.
What's wrong with it?
But it's terrible, child. Oh, it's most irritating. Oh, look at that now. Isn't that extraordinary? Ah, very interesting. Looks like a zebra with two heads.
Yes, well, that could be the imagination of the artist.
Perhaps. And perhaps not. What then? Yes, we've already established this place as illogical. Why shouldn't there be animals with...
What are they? They sound awful.
Now, don't worry, child. You're quite safe with us.
But supposing they've got children.
There's no guarantee they're safe. Oh, I've had that happen to me before. It's absolutely terrible. You just have to sneeze. But like, you're in a cinema or something like that, and it's just absolutely worst timing.
Yes. I mean, never to take you out again when you've got a cold.
Now, sort of city, factory?
No, dear boy. All this is a spaceship.
Okay,
Spaceship?
so it's spaceship.
Hey, Doctor. If this is a spaceship, what are they?
Well, they're just another life form.
You travel
A
in that black
non-humanoid life form.
Yes.
box. How are you able to make your spaceship enter ours?
It isn't just a spaceship. It can travel anywhere in time or space.
And why have you chosen to come here?
Oh, it didn't. It has a mind of its own. Look, who are you? And these creatures that serve you?
Like you, we come from the Earth. The origin of the monoids is obscure. They came to Earth many years ago, apparently from their own planet, which was dying. They offered us their invaluable services for being allowed to come on this joint.
How was that? Oh.
And where are you going?
To refuse is too. The Earth also is dying.
Quite common to the human being.
And cured so long ago we've forgotten what it was like. Fascinating.
Oh, it's nice to know they
It's
cured
like
the cold.
history coming to life. Tell me, Doctor, if you cannot direct your spacecraft, your journeys must take you to some strange places.
What were you telling him?
I wish to know more of the traveller spacecraft.
You do not trust the traveller.
I know nothing of them. Your father trusts them.
And he knows no more than you. He simply has...
Same conditions that we had on Earth. Atmosphere, water, the right temperature.
Has anyone ever been there?
No, our knowledge is based purely on audio space research.
And no wonder you had to bring everything. At least two of each, I suppose.
Like the Ark?
The Ark.
Yeah, Noah's Ark. You know, 2 by 2. Odd.
I'm afraid I don't know. But we do have the
Yeah,
Earth's
the
full
Ark, 2 by 2.
population, human and animal.
But thank you. Tell me, that noise we heard just now, was that a flight adjustment? No, sir, refueling pause.
Here it is. Homo sapiens. Started on Earth, due to be completed just before the landing on Refusus.
700 years to sculpt one statue.
Yes, we're constructing it by hand, using the ancient methods. It's for our children.
By hand?
For our
That,
children's children,
jeez.
so that they can watch it grow gradually as time goes by.
Commander, a strange disease, a fever, is spreading among the monoids.
I can hardly hear you, Centaur.
Oh dear.
It's so hot.
It's like a nasty virus. Plenty of those.
Commander.
With COVID ravaging the world.
Commander. Do you realize what this means, dear boy?
What's all the fuss about? The man's got Dodo's cold, that's all.
All. These people, this generation, have never experienced... Listen! The success of all we stand for, everything aboard this spaceship is suddenly endangered by the strange fever. A fever brought by these strangers in our midst. I invoke the special galactic law against them. Hold them, take them into custody, and later they will be made to suffer for the crime that they have committed.
It is very OTT. Now, I know he's being told to act that way, but his character certainly is a bit OTT.
What about my father?
We may well die. But then again, so might all of us. In which case, it was pointless leaving.
Okay, so I actually enjoyed that episode. Next episode, The Plague. It's interesting watching this episode, especially with COVID about, COVID-19 and all of that. Yeah, so it had, I think the biggest thing about this is the cold and the lack of immunity of the human race, and I'm really hoping that the next part delves really deeply into this whole idea about people and the stuff we carry, the viruses, the bacterias that we carry in our body, and traveling to a time when there is no immunity to a certain thing is really interesting. The episode as a whole is generally just okay, very introductory, which is the whole purpose. I think in the last, 5 minutes, it really started to pick up, and as I said, I'm looking forward to the next episode, see how that turns out. Obviously, just have to wait and see. I may record the next episode right now. I know it's still, the power's off, but I guess just have to wait and... Yeah, I think I will record the next one now. Hopefully the visuals aren't too bad, but let's break this down anyway. Oops. Yeah, so we start off, we're in some sort of jungle, and we're introduced to these creatures called the monoids that have one eye. They look pretty creepy, and they sort of remind me a bit of those hand creatures that was in the Dalek episode in Capaldi's era, in the 2-part Dalek story with Davros. They land here. The new companion, or at least the companion who's new to me, they land, and yeah, it's really interesting seeing her character very enthusiastic, very, let's get out there, let's explore, and her attitude does seem to remind me a bit of Rose and her sort of attitude of travelling in the TARDIS. Dodo, I'll have to remember that name. Here we have some sort of trial for negligence, I think it was, that he didn't do something correctly that put the ship in danger or something like that. Yeah, then we have the sentence of miniaturization, and basically he'll be brought back to his normal size in 700 years or so. Here we have an elephant. I'm guessing they brought one on set. Maybe they had it transferred from a zoo or circus. But it does look like it was recorded on set, so... And the doctor sort of figures it out that, that it might be some sort of indoor nature park. Then we are basically the people guardians, I think they called them. That there are people, strangers in the forest. The commander seems to think that it might have something to do with the monoids. So obviously there seems to be a bit of mistrust between the two races, which is, nothing sort of new. It seems that more things change, the more they stay the same. Then we're looking at drawings, and they figure out that it's a spaceship. They hide. Dodo was going to sneeze. Hate when that happens. Then he figures out, that it's a spaceship, and they meet the monoids. Do forgive me if I'm mixing names up or something. It's not always easy to keep all the names in check. The commander's very sociable with the TARDIS crew. Or as Vicky put it, the doctor's the crew, the companions are the passengers. Explaining about the ship, and also the common cold, and that they've forgotten about it. Then they show the daughter, I believe she's the daughter, shows Dodo and Stephen the statue. Dodo really isn't all that interested in it, then we have Dodo sort of tries to scratch it to see if it can scratch. She's very, I don't know, she seems almost, maybe not 100% mature, or maybe maybe that's not the right term. Impulsive is maybe a better way of describing her. She's maybe a bit impulsive. I don't know, tell me what you think of her. Just in this first episode alone, I really do get sense that she's a bit excitable. Then one of the monoids is sick from the virus. The commander is also got the virus, but they have no immunity to it, being so far in the future, which I think is really interesting and the most interesting part about this story so far. Then we have this guy who's like some sort of lawyer, and he is just way over the top. He's just, then they're taken away, arrested, and the monoid has died. And the next episode will be the plague. Okay, so that was my reaction to part 1 of the arc. Really looking forward to continuing on to the next part, see how that all goes. Yeah, I don't think there's much more else. My social media accounts are listed in the description below. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.